Hey everyone, I'm Rollercoaster Rider. This is Senorita K.
Okay.
Isn't this a Spanish movie?
Not
Weren't there
really.
Hispanic people in it?
Yeah. Well, were
Okay.
they? Yeah, because he owned a Mexican restaurant. Yeah.
I thought he was Hispanic in it.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay. Should I just restart or no?
No. Why?
Okay.
Why?
Man, you know what? This movie did nothing to explain Bella Swan's origin story. 0 out of 10 people, goodbye. Okay, maybe it's not a Twilight prequel or spinoff.
It's not. It is not.
Yeah, people, she forgot that Bella was one of the main characters in Twilight. She was like, "Is that the baby?" I'm like, "No, that's Kristen Stewart. It's Kristen Stewart's character." Team Edward, Team Jacob, Bella.
Okay.
You saw 3 of them in theaters. 2, 3, and 5, if you're wondering.
Not really wondering.
So anyway, this movie is from our collection, and it's a K choice. And I know that...
Well, it was between 2 movies, and
don't worry, that one...
You kind of decided
That'll
on
be
this
next
one.
year. Well, I asked your permission. That'll be next year.
Okay.
That'll be next year, I promise. It'll be like the 2nd or 3rd movie. La la la, tra la la, la 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 la. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3
Okay.
bananas, 4.
Stop. Okay, so you want me to talk about it?
People, it's not that I didn't care. It's that by the time we finished it, I was extremely tired, and that was about a week ago. So, Kay is just gonna try to talk from what she can remember, okay? Good luck.
Okay. So it starts out that this dark-haired with a beard gentleman is at the beach, and there's girls playing and in the sand and everything, and with the ocean or water.
So this is
And
Slumber
then the
Party Massacre
parents-
4.
Then the parents come and call the girls, and the little girl kept looking at him, and he kept looking at her. So this movie did a lot of
Flashbacks and
yeah, present and then back.
it was
So then
it was the kind of thing that a lot of people do for like Oscar bait and to be artsy, the out of order storytelling that Tarantino and Nolan do.
okay, and so it's kind of showing him now in a restaurant in, I think it was New York City, and he's the chef, and the manager comes in and he's talking to him and everything, and then it flashes back where he's actually in a convertible with his manager.
Well, that's kind of like a huge spoiler thing, and I know are you trying to go in order of how the story would be, or because
No,
that
how
happened?
they played it.
That happens like almost an hour into the movie, I think.
No,
Okay, you can talk about it.
I don't think so. So they're driving along. He's all happy and everything because he's about ready to sign a multi-million-dollar soccer contract with a huge team, and I forget which team it was.
Let's just say, I don't know, Chicago Fire.
No, international. So I'm talking
Okay,
like either England or Italy or Brazil or something.
The team that
I think it was in England.
the team that Keira Knightley.
Bless you.
The team that Keira Knightley was playing for and Bend It Like Beckham.
Anyway,
Who knew that would have a callback?
Who knew? So anyway, they're driving to this opening or whatever that he was going to have to give a speech and how he was so thankful and all of this stuff. And on the way, and they're playing music loud and everything, and all of a sudden he hits something, And the manager's like, maybe it was a dog or something.
Do you want to
or
explain
whatever.
what happened?
He hit a little girl.
Do we want to explain how she got there?
What, she was playing hide and seek with her mom in the backyard?
And she decided to go a little bit further than she should have.
Yeah, she went out of the yard.
Can we reverse seat so I need to get something. I'll be right back.
So she went to the front yard and then went through the gate, which she wasn't supposed to, into the street to hide on her mom. And her mom, they show her mom in the back counting and everything. And then she starts calling her daughter and looking for her, like, where did she go? Where is she hiding? She's hiding very good. And then she comes to the front yard and she sees her daughter. Now the manager says, get back in the vehicle, let's keep on going, otherwise you're going to ruin your life.
But he decided that he was going to be
He had to be noble.
He was going to be a good role model, and he was going to be like, no, I killed someone. I kind of went OJ, so I'm going to confess.
Oh God.
Who else should I have said?
Nobody.
Daryl Strawberry?
You don't need to say anybody. This story is nothing like theirs.
They both involved athletes that were guilty.
So he went to prison for, I think, 4 years or whatever, something like that.
And then
he was out on parole.
And then by the time he got out, like, all of his chances were now tarnished because he had gone to jail.
Yeah, he had gone to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only person that would hire him was...
a family member?
Right, you find out it's his brother. His brother runs the Mexican restaurant. And they have this big group coming in or whatever, and they're specifically asking for the gentleman that was a soccer player to do the cooking. They came up with a menu, everything. And then all of a sudden...
Didn't he fire someone for
Nina,
Nina because she was pregnant or something?
No, he didn't know she was pregnant. She was late for like the second or third time.
Oh, and he decided that he wanted to help raise the kid. Kind of to...
Whoa, you're jumping way ahead.
I'm just telling the few things I still remember. And originally I thought it was about a...
Well, they spent the day together... And she didn't know much about him, and he didn't know much about her. They were both hungry. They went to a friend of his. She owned a very high-class restaurant. And then she wanted to hire him as a chef. And he said, well, you have to take Nina also as a waitress.
But because she was like, can we say 19 or 18?
Who, Nina?
Yeah.
No, she was older than that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
See how little I remember? She considered giving the baby up, and it was good because it got to a thing where I was like, oh, dang it.
She considered abortion first.
Okay, I'm glad you said that and not me.
Well, and then she couldn't go through with it, and they kept talking and talking. They had a wonderful day. And he actually, when they ended up going to his parents' house, she learned more about him. So she had learned he wanted to show her his car and everything. His dad kept the car that he hit the little girl with. Mm-hmm. And then, so then he broke down. He told her what had happened. And then they find out that the brother that owns the restaurant is actually adopted into their family. And the other brother, the youngest brother, is bringing over some girl to meet the family, and all these stories are going on, and oh my God.
And it goes back and forth, and we're not sure how, I guess they're vaguely connected. Some of them? Or are they all connected?
What, the different stories?
Yeah.
Well, because it's brothers.
So it's connected roughly in about as much as like Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Or Electrolux.
So then, isn't that a blanket or a mattress?
It's a movie that stars Carla It's an
not...
anthology movie thing starring Carla Gugino. And it goes like between like four or five different stories in a movie. It's not very good.
Okay.
Although apparently it's critically praised, and
Well,
that's
we
why
know
I don't.
how some of those
That's why I don't consider
praised,
myself a critic.
Some of those critically appraised, yeah.
Appraised.
Whatever. So she stays, with the family for a little bit, and he goes with her and everything, and
Didn't she leave?
well, she left, and I think he stayed the night, right?
Oh, I might be jumping ahead, but didn't he take care of the baby because she didn't want to? Like he wanted to adopt it?
She didn't say that. She kind of hinted that in her life, it wasn't possible to raise a child right at this time. So they even though there weren't husband and wife or lovers or whatever, they were connected. Just that day, he like saved her, and she could go on with her life. And she did, give Bella to him to raise. So I think he wanted to give back to a baby.
He wasn't the father, was he?
No.
Okay.
He wanted to give back to the baby.
To make up for what had happened. Like he wanted good karma.
Yep. So he raises the little girl, and then she goes on with her life. But I think they stay connected. And I don't know, you didn't want to go to the end.
It's your movie. You can go as far as you want.
And then the end, he's at the beach with Bella. And I think he's been talking about her mom all along, because he said, "Oh, it's almost time. She's going to be here and all this." And then she comes, and she's just amazed. She's like 6 years old or something? Yeah, somewhere around that. And she's just amazed at how beautiful she is. And then they go walking to the beach, the sandy area, and the rest of their life goes on. Did you get that?
I'm trying to think of something I wanted to say, like, spoiler alert, this isn't the funniest comedy we've seen. It's actually kind of a sad drama.
But I think it was put together well.
It was.
It did win a few awards. People's Choice.
Did part of the ending remind you of that? What was that? That Barbra Streisand movie, The Way We Were?
I don't know.
Where it's like they stayed together, maybe, or maybe they didn't.
But they weren't. In that movie, they were married, and he stayed until the baby was born. This, they're not married. She worked in his brother's restaurant, and he wanted to save a life. So by being with her, supporting her, and just that one day, he changed her life. So
I'm trying to remember. Would this have been something the big guy would have picked out?
No. I think I picked it.
Okay, because
it won a People's Choice Award and a couple other awards, film critics and stuff.
Like, I know the movies that I picked out. Because they're awesome movies.
Darn it, they're awesome.
The big guy, you and JJ would often, like, maybe randomly do random buys on Black Friday.
Yep, but I haven't done Black Fridays for a few years.
Well, speaking of which, next Friday is Black Friday, so since the day before is Thanksgiving, I guess we have to do some bird movie. Anyway,
Angry Birds?
We've already seen that one.
Oh. Isn't there more than one?
I'm trying to see if they came out with this. They might have come out with a sequel. We'll
find out. Know.
Anyway, I'd say you should watch it, but it's gonna be kind of a tough. It might be a bit of a tough drama.
Yeah. It's kind of an intellectual love story. There's meanings behind that. you kind of read into, but you don't know for sure until it gets further in the movie.
So you'd recommend that people rent it?
Yeah, I thought
if
it
you
was
can find a
worth it.
place where it's available.
Right.
It's not on Blu-ray.
I thought it was worth it.
Are we going to keep it?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Well, it's not on Blu-ray, so you don't
Might
like
as well.
to... Yeah, might as well. You never know.
I'm keeping Nuki, and that's on VHS.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, people, bye.
Bye-bye.